Loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Lotus Stacks Anime Chat Podcast, episode 28. How's everybody doing today?
Woo,
What's
28.
up?
Hello.
Doing great.
Yes. And we know
Good.
what time it is. It's time to discuss and talk about some anime. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. So, number one on the docket, Noah, what do we need to know about this week?
That's right. First, I need to turn on my headset because I can't hear y'all that much.
Okay, that's important.
And then,
I would like
second,
me.
what do we have here on my handy dandy notebook? Since y'all
Oh my
saw
God,
Blue's
Blue's
Clues this
Clues.
weekend, right?
Yes,
Oh,
it was an emotional weekend for some of us.
Yes, it
Bro.
was.
Do you understand that I didn't even look at the guest list this year, and I was upset that I didn't even realize that the Lord of the Rings staff was going to be there, or at least a few of them. And I was like, I wasn't that upset because I know how they do theirs, and it's usually in an interview, and I'm not going to pay no $150 to see them. But it would have been dope to go to the experience like it was to see Anakin Skywalker and I forget her name, Ashoka. But yeah, seeing those last year was cool. So I really was upset that I didn't go on that Saturday.
Yeah. For those wondering, we're talking about Awesome Con out here in DC. Myself and the Lone Snacks team was out there all weekend doing what we do, capturing content, catching up with people we haven't seen in a long time, that type of stuff. But no, it was a good time overall over the weekend. Pollen was whooping my ass the entire weekend. It was bad, and it's I can feel it now as I got the windows open to help cool stuff down. But it's no joke.
Pollen was everywhere. The cars on my driveway are covered. Every car I saw on the road was covered. I thought it was just me. I realized.
I feel like it was more than normal, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
No, it was bad. It was
than normal.
Terrible.
It was terrible this weekend.
I was driving up and I looked on like the third level of this parking lot, and I'm like, the whole level is yellow. I'm sitting here, I'm like, thank God I'm not allergic to pollen, man. Because
I'm not really either.
I am terribly. It is destroying me right now. It's hard to even keep my eyes open. It sucks so much. Like having the windows open in here, it's just sucks.
Don't rub them, they'll make it worse.
And then I can do about it, but avoid it.
Get your aura up.
Then I can do about that pollen.
I don't think that's gonna work.
See, that's the sound of somebody who wants to remain auraless, and that's okay.
No, my weapon.
No, I was just playing.
No, it's all good.
All right.
It's all good. But let's get to it.
So first things first, we got is the Csinsaw Man movie, the Reese movie, finally has a global announcement date.
Yes. I need this.
Years, we finally have an announcement date for this stupid movie that at this point I literally don't even want. I would just rather y'all go straight into the season with this but I know that they're gonna put some good work in. It's Mappa.
Yep.
It's gonna be I'm thinking that this movie is gonna be emotional, and people who don't really understand the story formula, which I'm sure you're figuring out very quickly, Flo.
I cannot wait for this freaking movie.
Which is just like it's such a crazy formula that this story is written in.
I don't even know if I'm still in the same arc or not. All I know is they
already passed the Reese arc.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just reading. I'm like,
what chapter are you on though?
I'm on 63, 64. One of those.
That's probably most of it, but you might still be on it. Yeah. We'll talk about it during
the
time. But so the global release date is going to start September 24th, and the North American release date is October 29th.
October 29th. No one will be. Going to see this.
So the cold just ended, right when the cold is starting again. That's when this movie.
That's when you
Halloween.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and we'll just talk about it more during the time because I know you probably read a lot of that now.
I'm introduced to characters. Okay, we have plenty of badasses in this thing. Okay, I'm learning. I'm being learned very quickly about some badasses out here in the world. Yeah,
and now you see what I was saying as to how much more there is to this story once you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. They got some people. I think I've honed in on my favorite devil. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ooh.
So next we have Dr. Stone finale part 2 is scheduled for July.
Okay. Good. Okay.
That's
Yes.
good to hear that it's coming quickly and they're gonna just
I need
finish
to
it,
know.
hopefully. I'm
Yes.
wondering if they're gonna finish it on a movie or what they're gonna do. I don't know. Um,
I could do it
and
on
other
some
than that,
TV.
Medalist season 2 is announced, except they ran into a speed bump because Medalist is a highly acclaimed manga and now highly acclaimed anime that people swear by. I haven't watched it yet. I watched one episode, but I haven't watched it. The
That's when I
director
had the
did,
script, that sketchy poster we weren't too sure about, and then we just
yeah,
kind of left it
the
alone.
cover
Okay.
art looks
Yeah.
really sketchy.
Yeah.
But I watched the first episode and it's not sketchy. So that was relieving because once I heard how good it was, then I watched it.
Is
Okay.
that the skating one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the figure skating one. Yep, correct.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, once I watched it, I realized okay, this isn't weird. And so I was like, okay, keep going. But it does give weird flags. So
Mm-hmm.
initially we were kind of like, all right, I don't know. We were a little
Mm-hmm. Well,
careful.
hesitant. Yeah, about it.
The
I don't know.
director stated that I have a post here. He stated that they don't have enough animators for season 2. It's already in production, but this is a rough
No.
translation of his tweet, which says production for Medalist season 2 has started, but there aren't enough animators. In season 1, we were lucky to have people who were fans of the original work, but if you've watched the anime and are interested in trying, please join us now. Now that season 2 has
Aw.
been announced, I finally can say it. Basically, uh basically he's asking any of his animator friends or people out there in the industry who might be freelancers or anything
Yeah.
that want to come help to come help.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he's going to get a lot of
Yeah.
good
People
response.
answer the call for that.
I
Yeah.
am sure he will have more than
Yeah.
enough.
I'm sure. This tweet has how many? The post had 37k likes. Yeah, it has 37k likes and 4 million views.
Okay.
And so yeah, he'll
Hmm.
probably, I'm assuming, get some help. And hopefully.
I would be
I don't
surprised if
doubt.
he
Yeah.
didn't.
I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure people will answer the call.
For sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully for the anime's success sake, and then hopefully for the writer's success sake, because that's not
Yeah.
even the writer, that's the director asking for help. So
Oh,
you can imagine how happy the writer is
Yeah.
to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. Next we have Don episodes 1 through 3 will release in cinemas, first of all, and globally in May.
So
Episodes one through
season
three.
2, 1 through
Yeah,
3. Okay.
Oh.
episodes
Okay.
1 through 3.
For some
Just like
reason, I
the
thought
first
you were
season.
just saying like season episodes 1 through 3 of season 1. I was gonna be like, why?
That
Yeah.
already happened.
yeah.
So I'm not, what I want to know is where the heck, I want to know how much it costs to get a movie into theaters. I should have looked this up because from what I think, from what I like can guesstimate from what I know about the media industry is it's relatively expensive comparatively to releasing it on a streaming platform,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Putting
That
it
would
out
make
in the
sense.
movie theater. And then also it beckons the call for better animation and better work because you have to understand that people are now paying directly for an in-person experience. So it needs to be good.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
that being said, where is the studio getting this money from? I don't know. Hang on, let
For
me
not
look
paying
at
their
this right
animators
here.
correctly.
Nah, but like they don't have, let me see. Csinsaw. I'm pretty sure they don't have that many big titles. So I'm like, have their few titles? Let's see what they have. All they have is Don, Yuri Deckard. Remember that? And that shit was poop. They don't have any good titles, like besides Don. So I'm like, who's funding this? Maybe it's the producing team that's funding this. I don't know. But I don't know how they're getting, like, the animation is obviously really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the staff, but they're also going to be paying top-notch staff. And then they have top-notch voice actors because like Tanjiro's voice and stuff like that. Um, I don't understand how they're able to get 1 through 3 episodes in the theater globally, Because my thought is, if they're able to do this so easily, why aren't other studios doing this? You know, because it's
Yeah.
got to make money because they keep doing this. And I never go to a full theater of any of these releases besides Demon Slayer.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
only
No.
one.
Yeah.
Never.
And
Got a
maybe
full
even
house.
just the first day and the first movie. And the rest of the time, I haven't seen any full theaters. Semi full, but not really full, more than the
Yeah.
rest. So it's like,
It depends on the anime.
I want to
And
know
most
what's going on with that. And I'll do some research and then get back to y'all maybe on the free talk one day. Because
Okay.
my thoughts is this is going to Netflix and it's got top tier production and it's going to theaters. Like that's usually stuff for like Mappa, Foldable, Toei, Payrock, big companies, not
Yeah.
not this company because they've never done that. So it could be the producing team that's paying for it. And I know a lot of times promotion costs more than the
You think Netflix has
the
anything to do with it?
production.
Mhm.
Possibly, but I know the manga was picked up by someone. So it does have Aniplex, which is a big producer.
Yep.
It does have Shueisha, which is the manga producer, but like I don't know who's funding it. That's what I want to know. The licensor is G Kids. Is the studio just animating it and reaping the benefits? Are they paying for it? I don't know. But we'll find out because that seems like this series just not saying it doesn't deserve it, but like I said, they're just coming to theaters, top tier animation, voice actors.
Oh yeah, we just finished the first season, and we're already getting the next 3
Huh.
episodes
But even
thrown in the
from
theaters.
the first season dropped in theaters. Nobody knew about it besides the manga.
That's
So
right, it
it's like,
did.
where
Yeah.
are you getting this money? You see what I'm saying? Where are
Yeah.
you getting this money from? Or why are you? I know
What's
why you would
going
because it's a
on?
really high selling manga, but like, I'm like, where are you getting this? Like, for example, what's it called? If you go on my anime list website, there's like a
Mhm.
big old thing for Kaiju number 8 side stories. And when Kaiju number 8 was gonna drop, they had a thing on Crunchyroll, like a countdown. I remember Benny and I were talking, and we were like, I've never seen this level of production from Crunchyroll. And I'm like, well, as production IG, they probably threw some money in it, but they have 40 iconic titles. So that
Mhm.
makes sense. But
Yeah.
I'm like, Science Saru has nothing behind them that's popular. So I don't know.
So where did they get this?
Right. That's where the money
Who
come
is
from.
the inside man?
I think it's the producers, but I'll
Who's
look it up.
funding this?
I'll do some research into it. But
It's
anyways,
got.
next we have
Mhm.
Anime of the Year nominees have been released, and they are Delicious in Dungeon, Dungeon Meshi, Pocket Diaries, Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8, Free Ren, Don Da Don. Those
Okay.
are the Anime of the Year Crunchyroll
For
Award
Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll.
for the only anime of the year that honestly matters. Crunchyroll Award is like the only one that has like enough votes. Anime Corner is a website that does one, and Anime Trending,
Mhm.
they only got like 10,000 votes.
And
Non.
just heads up, we have our own coming in the very future, in the very near future. So get ready for everybody. We'll talk about that most likely next week or so. So, but no, I
So
think all of those deserving. I think Freeman's taking it home, unless
one. Mm,
the solo leveling fans go off and you
I
know,
have a feeling they might. One thing I do notice is that a lot of those anime are
Yeah.
from the most recent season, again, which is the pattern that we noticed last time,
mhm.
Recency
which
bias,
is
also their
fine.
categories.
Yeah.
They're y'all know my disdain because I've talked about it for years to y'all for the Crunchyroll Awards.
Mhm.
And the first of all, their categories are horrible. It's just like I don't care how popular a series is. I remember we had Maiden Abyss, Overlord season 4, and Demon Slayer all in fantasy. And of course, Demon Slayer won that. And like fantasy, that's a shonen. It's like
Yeah.
they do stuff like that all the time. And then they did it really late. Also, Orb wasn't in there. Orb 100% should be in there. Some people are saying it would be in there next year, but Blue Box was in there, and that came out at the same time. So I'm
True.
wondering. I
Yeah.
don't know what's
I don't
happening,
know
but
where the cutoff lies for this.
Yeah.
yeah, Orb is Madhouse. It's on Netflix. Like even if you could say like, oh no, you were just over gassing, it's still how popular it was. It would be on there,
For
and
sure.
so it might be next year, hopefully, for my sake. But
We will go
I
to
have
see.
I've renounced this for the people out there. I have renounced voting for this because it's BS and it's catered towards just the most popular series, and it blows me every year. So your votes don't matter if you're being truthful and unbiased. So that being
Just
said, I did do it one time for the sake of this, which you might see pop up right here, and I can show y'all what I voted for based on the categories they gave of what I thought was the
Right.
best there quickly, which is film of the year I gave to Look Back, anime, or I'll do anime of the year last. Best continuing series I gave to One Piece. That was gonna give it to Bleach and other stuff, but One Piece just had like if it was actually last year, yeah, even last year because they had Gear 5, but just the pacing of Wano
ah,
was so bad. But this year, they were just continually banger after banger after banger. So I had to give it to One Piece. Best new series I gave to Solo Red Leveling. Best original series I gave to Girls Band Cry, which both of y'all still need to watch. That's
Okay.
incredible, all CG anime, but really good. Best animation I gave to Frieren. Best character design I gave to Don Don. Best director I gave to Megami Ishitani, who does One Piece, all the best One Piece stuff. One
Okay.
Piece Red,
yeah.
One
Then she
Piece
did the
Fan
fan letter
Letter,
one too, right? Yeah,
One
did the
Piece
fan letter. Yeah.
115.
Hmm.
Yeah. Best background art I gave to Pluto. Best romance I gave to Blue Box. Best comedy I gave to Konosuba. Best action I gave to Solo Leveling. Best isekai I gave to ReZero, of course. Best drama I gave to Pluto. Best main character I gave to Sunjin Goat. Best slice of life I gave to Too Many Losing Heroines. Best supporting character I gave to Fern. Must protect at all costs. For the third time in the year, looking like Jordan, I gave to Anya. It's literally her third year in a row, and she's gonna win it again.
It's
She's gonna win every
Anya
time. Yeah, as long as she's in there, she's gonna win.
She's gonna win.
because it's
Best,
Anya.
Yeah.
and that was another thing about the category is like they removed best girl and changed it to must protect at all costs. So now it's like you
Okay.
got cute characters with like
Yeah.
characters that you might consider sexy, and that's like it's
Those are two
like they
different
should.
things.
Yeah, that like best girl was kind of like an adult. Like
Yeah.
usually it could be a kid, but it was usually like an adult. Best anime song I gave to Blim Blam. Um, Best score I gave to One Piece because Dark Aria, This Is Gonna Comfort You. That
Mm.
just too good.
Yeah.
Best opening
Mhm.
sequence I gave to Blim Blam. Best voice actor, mind you, she got nominated for one. Remember what I said was one of the best parts of Don Don, in my opinion, was the voice acting. They
Yeah.
got two nominations, which was Okaroon and Momo.
Okay.
Um, I gave best voice actress to Momo. Best ending sequence I had to give to Kaiju for that. Nobody got
Yeah.
you away.
Yeah.
That was just too good.
It's
And then
fantastic.
best it was. And then best voice actor I gave to English Sung Jin Woo, Alex
Yeah.
Lee, who
Yeah.
does Zenitsu, and he did a
Yeah.
great job. So
He did.
I think this
Smoked
might
it.
be the first time he's nominated in the awards, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he deserves it.
Last my list. Y'all probably see a picture of it. Y'all can tell me if it's good or bad. I could change out like solo leveling for free run. I just think that free run, like story, character building, all that different stuff was together. But as far as like adaptation, bringing something to life, everyone enjoying it, how hype it was, they're really neck and neck. Like solo leveling and free run, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think that solo leveling might have the recency bias edge. Um, they
Yeah.
separate these things really far, and it really affects these things because anime fans aren't movie fans. They're not really objective when it comes to stuff.
And there's
So
too many. We have too much stuff to watch.
yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna rewatch something that I just watched at the beginning of this year or
exactly.
the last year at the end of the year when there's still new stuff that is just coming
Yeah.
out. Like, there's too much to watch for us to go back and rewatch the whole things.
Imagine though this to be what I will say about it is I didn't tell y'all the nominations because that'll just be too much to go through. But
Yeah.
this here had probably the best nominations that I've seen uh almost ever. Demon Slayer
Okay.
wasn't in everything for
Good.
once. It was
Good.
Oh,
in
thank
I think
goodness.
it wasn't in anime of the year. It was in like animation, action, and maybe character design. But it wasn't a good amount of things. But the categorizing is horrible, but the selection of stuff to pick from, the only one I
Mhm.
think they messed up is Kaiju number 8. They should have replaced for Orb. But I read that Kaiju number 8 was like tying solo leveling for the most popular anime of the year, like overall on the internet.
Hmm.
So that may be the reason
I
why.
can believe that.
I could see.
Yeah. So as much as I love Kaiju, Orb was just it had 24 episodes. If Kaiju had 24, I would say Kaiju. Well, Orb was just, and I was glad they put Pluto in there too, which came out 2 years ago. It came out in 2023.
Why is it in this year's anime awards? Then?
Because they're stupid. They do this
Wrong
award horrible.
year.
It needs to go January to December, and it needs to whatever's in there, just cut it off. And then you could say first core if you want to throw in like half of a season, because they had the problem where Jujutsu Kaisen won halfway through. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that's why now it goes to 2 years, because they're trying to fit everything in and not have halfway, because everyone was mad. They were like, JJK was great, but it shouldn't win if it's not done. That doesn't make
Agreed,
sense.
yeah.
And then it happened again the next year because it won Anime of the Year before season 2 was finished. So they haven't figured it out.
No, they have not.
They haven't. But I wanted to go through that with y'all. And that leads me to my next piece of news, which is just probably since Soul Leveling is finally done, we have the last piece of Soul Leveling news, which we've had a reign of broken records.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Just things every week. So I feel like we can take it out with the Anime Awards. And they were nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different awards.
Okay. Awesome.
Which was Best New Series, Best Animation, Best Action, Best Main Character, Sung Ji-woo, Best Anime Song Level, that was from season 1, Best Score, Best Opening Sequence Level, Best Ending Sequence Request, Best Voice Acting Performance, English, Alex Lee.
Yeah, all of those are deserved nominations. Yeah.
That's a good variety too.
Yeah.
However, what I don't think they were distinctive enough on is saying if it's season 1 or 2. I'm like 70% sure it's season 1 only, but I don't know because it's got a picture of season 1. And for some of these, it says like Apothecary Diaries season 2 or like something like that. It says season. So that makes me wonder if it's only season 1, but they didn't say season 1. So if they're saying the whole production, then my point stands.
Yeah.
If they're saying, or all my votes stand, if they're saying only season 1, I'd change up maybe a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Shout out to Solo Leveling.
Shout out to Solo Leveling.
I'm not surprised.
Next we have, all of us, I think, have seen this, right? Too Many Losing Heroines.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, season 2 has been announced.
Good. Okay.
Yay.
So that's dope. That one needs a season 2 because it ended right in the middle of like the story starting to amp up.
Yes, it did.
That's good to know.
So that one, I think they have a trailer. I couldn't find it immediately, so I stopped looking for it. But A1 Pictures, they was cooking with the animation on that.
They were 100%. Yeah.
A1's they got that, the Fate, Strange Fake, Solo Leveling, something else. They have such good animation, and they're doing so many different series. And then last but not least, we have Bleach new spinoff series was announced, and it was announced on April Fool's. So everyone thought it was a joke for the like a day.
That's the high school one.
And then we saw it, and then we
I thought it was a joke too at first.
And then we saw more information on it, and we found out it's a real light novel coming out called High School Warfare, The High School Warfare, and it's by Tite Kubo and Ryogo Narita, and he is the author of Durarara, and Kubo is obviously the original author of Bleach. So that seems like if you want to read it, go ahead. I won't be anywhere in the same room as it, so we'll find out about it. Okay. But yeah, that's happening.
Okay, interesting.
And that's it. I thought I had one more thing, but I don't think I do.
Okay, thank you for that, Noah. All right, let's move on to number 2 on the docket. Gabby, what topic do you have for us this week?
Yay. Okay. So today's topic is about a specific genre of anime. One that I know you love a lot, Sim. It is the mecha. It's mecha anime.
Okay.
Now we all obviously know Gundam, and everything that comes with it, it's still huge, especially in Japan, because they
Mhm.
build giant Gundams,
They do.
life-size giant Gundams, and
They
it's
do.
so cool.
They're ready for
But
whatever's coming.
nowadays it's taken a dip, and you really don't see anything outside of the actual main Gundam series of a new mecha anime being really popular or relevant. I think a lot of its popularity was either back in the 90s or maybe early 2000s. But recently, other than I know 86, which was a huge fan favorite for myself personally, I have the light novels for God's sakes, and then just a lot of people online in general, there haven't been a lot of big hitters in the mecha anime field. Do you think this is just maybe about a change in time, ebbs and flows with, anime genres being popular? Because we've gotten more into fantasy, and adventures have become extremely relevant, as they've always been, but they've become more so. So, what are y'all's thoughts about the genre of the mecha animes, its popularity, and maybe why it has dipped, or if it'll ever kind of come back up in relevance,
I
popularity?
think it'll come back in popularity. It's gonna take. I don't think it's gonna be a Gundam because we know they're not going anywhere. It's not gonna be a Gundam that's gonna pull the genre back up like to what it
Hmm.
used to be. It'll be something I think new and original. I think Macross and stuff like that will be around. Gundam will still be around.
Hmm.
Uh, there may be a couple other I can't think of right now sprinkled around that might still be around, but I do agree that it has dipped off. Like, I haven't seen anything giant robot mecha related recently that is like got me excited. I haven't seen the new one or the previous one, the one that Noah always talks about, Mercury, Witcher Mercury.
With the Mercury.
Yeah, I haven't watched those two yet, even though I hear great things about them. But I never thought about it. But yeah, I do kind of miss
That
a good
last
mecha.
Gundam, that last Geass remake was dope.
Yeah, but that's not something new. That's
Yeah,
something
that falls into like I
remade
was saying like
from,
Well, no, that's new. That's a new story. It's new.
yeah, but it's not
but
a new IP.
the IP is old.
Yeah,
Everyone loves
Sure.
Code Geass. It's something
yeah.
that's remade. There, unless it's
No,
something
I mean,
remade or
if you're talking
big.
about ones that are made, they still make tons. Like
Oh yeah, no, they still make a
still make
lot.
tons. But
They're just
yeah,
not.
no, it's not as popular. But I think
Yeah,
that they could. I think that Sunrise could. They have all the facilities to do it, but they just like the people who own that studio enjoy really enjoy Gundam versus
yep.
like making the most popular stuff, and they really enjoy their animation, which I haven't
Mhm.
read or anything. You can just tell because they have the facilities to make the best. They're one of my favorite studios animation wise,
Mhm.
and they have all they have to do is do what these other series studios are doing, make a super simple shonen style MC, a hot girl, and then give them lots of aura and you know what I mean, pretty easy worlds and stuff like that. Lots of great animation. It'll be popular, but they're working on individual titles and projects. They're kind of like Trigger. They're more of an art studio. So the main people who did Gundam won't bring it back because they're not interested in bringing it back. But
Mhm.
that's one. But two, I think the major reason it fell off or the major reason it was on was toys, because especially in the
That
Western
too. Yeah.
and in Japan,
Ah,
their
yeah,
toys were a huge deal. Same with like
that's
Transformers and stuff
very
like
true.
that. That was one of the reasons why they were popular. Toys
Mhm.
aren't popular anymore. So kids watching anime and stuff, they're not getting into mecha because same kind of reason I don't like it. I it's not that I don't like it, but it doesn't appeal to me because the fighting side is what I come to to action anime for, even though I know Gundam have a lot of lore. And when you
Hmm.
Mhm.
get to the fighting side of Gundam, the stakes feel a little bit less because at the end of the day, they're in a robot. So it just doesn't give you the same
Okay.
stakes as someone hand to hand using magic or out there on a boat or anything like that. So that's kind of why I felt it feels that way to me personally. But I think that it won't come back because a lot of kids don't feel that way either, and they don't have the toys that drag them in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? The toys were
Yeah.
such a big thing for Gundam, which they're
Okay.
still huge, but mostly for like collectors
Massive.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I can think of
Yeah.
the last mecha anime that I saw that wasn't tied to like a specific IP, like a Gundam or something like that, was back in 2014 called All Noah Zero. I actually got into that one. That one was really good to me. Uh,
Yeah. One.
but I haven't watched anything mech related I can think of since then that's not like nostalgia based for me. You know, some old school that I used to love watching growing up, or like I said, a new Gundam I'm checking out or something. Yeah, I haven't watched
You
any.
seen Attack on Titan?
Have you watched
Well,
86?
I did
You
watch
seen
'86. I did forget. I did
Yeah.
watch '86.
you seen
Attack on Titan
86?
is Attack on Titan is a meat Gundam, a
Meat
Meat Gundam.
meat mecha
meat
anime. Yeah,
mecha.
yeah.
What else? Now there's some more. What else? There's another one that's considered a mecha that I'm pretty sure we watched. You didn't watch, but the one I did watch was the dating sim isekai I told you about.
Yeah.
That one. Love Love Entertainment. That was another one I watched. That was really bad, but I hear the light novel is good.
Yeah.
There's a few more that I can't think of that I have watched. That Witch from Mercury, but it's basically a Gundam because it's in the Gundam world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it's
not
a
a
Gundam.
Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going off of what you said, Noah, about how it's kind of like impersonal with the fighting. Do you guys remember? No, this isn't an anime. This is not an anime. Do you guys remember the movie franchise Pacific Rim?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would you feel about something like that? That's kind. It still feels like Gundam-ish, but something maybe with that, but focused on like a battle style game, like basically like Battle Gundams. If it was like an anime that's like Gundam, but it's focused solely on like tournaments or battles or fighting, or even something where it's like you have tiny robots and they fight almost like a Metabot situation, or like you have this teammate who is like the robot that moves or something, or like they share abilities, or the human gets hurt with the robot gets controlled. Maybe something like that could bring the franchise of kind of mecha genres back. Something more battle focused, because like you said, toys. But battle games are in. Fighter games are huge. So maybe something
Possibly that
like
one I just
that.
mentioned, I'll know a zero that I said I watched like back in 2014. That one was they were in giant robots fighting stuff that were just as big as they were. You know what I'm saying? All around the city and everything. Like it was really more like kaiju kind of like battle style or whatever.
Oh
That was pretty
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
kaiju. That yeah, kaiju is in
Interesting
mechas.
characters. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I
I
think that's
think
why I enjoyed that one
anything.
so much.
Sorry. I think anything could. I think the issue is that one, like I said, none of these are like ongoing series. So like
Yeah.
back when Code Geass aired or Gundam aired, not only did they have a lot of episodes, but they were stretched out between weeks. So you might have Code Geass airing, what is that, 224 episodes? So that's a whole year when you
Hmm.
think about,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or more. I didn't do my math right of how many weeks that's airing for those all those episodes. And that's another thing that it's hard to get something popular now, which is why most of the popular anime is just action stuff, which it's
Hmm.
always kind of been, but I
Yeah.
just think that they got to focus on like I don't know, like a name brand style new series as to where they're going for like I don't know, replicating old series, recreating stuff. But that's why I say the main people who do it are not interested in doing it. And that
Okay.
was Sunrise. They have like the whole Gundam franchise under
Yeah.
them.
They've always done Gundam. Yeah.
So it's like if they're not doing it, someone else would have to do it. And
Don't think
but
anyone
also
else is
people
going to
have to be
step up.
writing stories. Yeah. Also people have to be writing stories for that to happen. And there's
That
not a
is
lot
also
of mech
true.
anime that are being picked up or that I'm seeing even come out anymore, or manga rather.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I just don't see it coming back because it's a huge supply and demand thing. As you see, once something's popular in anime, it just gets rinsed and repeated.
Yep. People gonna
Yep.
So
just copy it and yeah, just keep on. Yep. Putting out what
Yep.
they
yeah,
know works. Yep.
which
Yep.
creates like a culture of a lack of innovation because then you've got people who are like, okay, I just want to make some money doing this and I'm going to just write some slop that isn't exactly all the tropes that sell well. And then some
Right.
studios like, okay, I'm going to pick it up and put low effort into it and make my return,
That's the
make my
definition of
investment.
like
So
4 or 5 of the new animes this season that I've just watched that are
Hmm.
isekais or like low power people. Like
yeah,
this is the same thing.
Hmm.
same thing.
But I'll talk
That's why
about
they're
those
just my
later.
trash isekais that I just watch during the week just to absorb and then forget the plot as soon as the story's over.
Yeah.
As soon as it's over, I'm like,
On to the next. Yeah.
On to the next.
No, but that was a great question, Gabby. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move on to our next thing on the docket, which is our top threes of the week. I'll go ahead and set this off because, like I said in the beginning, I was at AwesomeCon this weekend, so I didn't get to do too much of
It's
watching
okay,
anime.
There's not much out there.
Yeah, we do know the spring season is getting underway, so the first episodes of those are rolling out now. So I do got to sit down and watch all that stuff. But what I did watch this weekend, I wanted to catch up on some stuff that was closing or it just closed that I had been watching with the winter season. So what's the first one that I watched? I watched Zenshu. And yes, no, you're right. They put their whole foot in that final episode.
Watch the final episode?
Yeah, they put their whole foot in that final episode. It was so good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
didn't it like bring the whole notch of the series up?
It did.
Like, because now it's a whole project versus before it was like, I don't know. It wasn't like I don't know, but it was like it's good, but it's like it's missing a little something.
No, they put their foot in that final episode. That was really, really good. Like it was stakes, like it was death, it was action, it was a whole bunch of stuff. Like, okay, I didn't know y'all would go this hard. No, it wasn't lying. They're going hard for this last one. Like it was a tough one. But it was a really good. I think that was my number 2. My number 3 was the Doctor Detective one. I think it ended the way that it could really only end. Like, only thing I was disappointed with the final episode, because like I said last week, it was like the third part of this story arc they were in. Right. It ended too perfectly. Like with everything that the case was about, trying to figure it out. I'm sitting there getting stressed out, trying to figure it out together. Like, okay, how did this one dude die in the room and he drowned, but nobody was in there. There was no way in or out. Like all that type of stuff. I'm trying to figure it out with her. And once she figured out, put it all together, I was like, I knew it was gonna be some BS like this, and everything was gonna work out so perfectly and beautiful at the very end. Like,
always,
I was a little upset about that, but the structure of the show and everything and the characters, like the overall ending of it, like, okay, this is solid. Like I said, if you enjoy those type of procedural doctor shows, whatever, I think you enjoy it. Nothing super special, but enjoyable if you are into that type of stuff. So that was my number 3. It was a solid cap on the show itself. And I finished Blue Box. That was number 1. I did catch up on that. And yes, no, there was when she asked him, like, when she told us that she loved him or whatever, and started pouring.
Wait. Did Gabby see it?
You didn't see it yet?
Spoil.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
All right, then hold off on that one. But no, it was an emotional ending. It was like, I need the continuation. I need to see where this is going now, for real. Like, I need to know where we're going to end up at the end of this story. So that was a good stopping point to leave you wanting more, I would say. Yeah,
it was. I felt satisfied after that point.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the new girl that they introduced.
The new girl. I love her.
The one with the fangs.
I love little spunky like characters like her. Yeah.
Like I like it, but it was like, keep your nose out of people's business because you don't know everything. And that's what was frustrating me about it. Like, keep your nose out of their business. You don't know. You don't have all the information. You know you're doing this, screwing things up.
With good intention.
Yeah, but still, it was a little frustrating. But yeah, that was number 1 for me. And that's all I was able to watch. Like I said, I was at AwesomeCon all this weekend. So that's, as far as me goes, what I watched this past week, I was able to get to. So whoever's next, go ahead and take it away.
Gabby, you can go ahead if you want.
Yeah. So I pretty much was watching all brand new stuff because I finished. Well, actually, no. I watched Sakamoto Days. I love Sakamoto Days. Is that finished yet, or does that have one more episode? Because it's only got 11.
Finished. It's coming back in July, luckily.
Okay. So I had finally caught up on that. Sakamoto Days is probably I'm going weirdly out of order too because it was the first one I said. Sakamoto Days is my number 2.
Okay.
Y'all are dyslexic today?
Yes.
Both y'all going 2, 3, 1.
Well, only because I forgot what the other one was, so I had to say the one I couldn't remember. So I was like, I remember this one. So hey, okay.
This is what I'm doing. Now you have to do it too. Okay. My number, I'm gonna say 213. I'm going a little different.
Okay.
My number 1 is I saw the first episode of season 2 of Windbreaker, and I love it. It is so good.
Okay.
So excited.
Okay, I'm excited.
I wish, like, Gabby, do you watch Tokyo Revengers?
Yeah, I watched it.
Are you caught up?
Not with the manga.
Are you caught up with the anime?
Yeah.
That's all I'm caught up with. Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much better this is.
It is.
Than Tokyo Revengers.
Really is. It's so much better than Tokyo Revengers.
So much better than Tokyo Revengers.
It really is.
It is
I
off
like
the one season. Yeah, I think probably because the main character, Tokyo Revengers, is some garbage.
Some
yeah,
garbage. Talk
I
about
like the character designs in this show a little better too. Granted, character designs in Tokyo Revengers aren't bad at all. I just
I was gonna
enjoyed this
say
one.
actually the character designs are good. That's the only
Yeah,
problem is the story. Like voice
yeah,
acting, production, animation,
time travel.
art, background, everything was great. It's just the story was
Yeah.
poop.
Windbreakers is so good. I was a little confused because they immediately jumped right into things. I'm not going to give too many spoilers, obviously, because Sin hasn't watched it. But I was confused and for some reason. I thought, oh, what? Like I missed an episode. I'm like, did I not watch the end of season one? What's going on? And then after like a minute or two of into it, I'm like, oh, okay, I know where I am. So be prepared for a little confusion if you're watching the first episode. But it was
Got
fantastic.
it.
Um, I didn't watch the first episode of season 3 of Fire Force. I'm 6 episodes away from finishing season 2 again, and my brain is telling me I have to finish season 2 again before I can watch season 3 first episode.
I feel
So
you.
I will watch that probably in the next 2 days.
So that for the weekend.
I watched several random animes just from looking them on Crunchyroll. And to be completely honest, I'm not quite sure. This is just going to be like a random 3. That's number 3. But I think currently at the moment,
Did you watch
we're.
Put Them On, Takamine?
No, I did not. Did not.
I wanted to hear your reaction.
I know. I know. I'm going to say The Unaware Altair Meister. It's another random. This one's not an isekai. It's just a
Fantasy.
typical fantasy trope of, hey, this guy, everyone says he's weak, but he's actually like the most powerful thing, but he's ditzy and he doesn't know it. And the people around him are like, huh? But like no one actually knows unless these few people. So like that was cute. There's 2 episodes out of it already. So maybe that's why it's higher up. The other ones just have one. I also watched The Beginning After the End, which reminds me of Jobless Reincarnation because it's got like the old dude's voice in the kid's head. Um, that's kind of cute. I liked that. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows is about a rogue shadow healer who is unlicensed and, heals people that, pay him unconventionally or they exchange favors. He's not run by like the power that runs the healing
That one
domain.
was really good.
I liked it. At first I was thrown off when they started
The
introducing the
first
female
half of the episode
characters.
was weird,
That's what was throwing me off. But
but
by
the
the end of the
rest of it
episode, I
was
was
really
into it.
good.
I
Yeah.
was definitely into it.
The first half of the episode, I was like, is this a slice of life? I thought this was a power fantasy.
I also
In the
thought it was a
kitchen for
power
like
fantasy.
15 minutes, but after that, hopefully it doesn't go back to that.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping that. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? This looks like a cute little romancy thing. It's about a guy who makes resin flower jewelry
Okay.
and is selling them in a shop. And the one girl's his best friend since middle school. One girl he knew in elementary school that comes back, and it's going to be a cute little thing. I like the characters; they have fun personalities. It's another school slice of life thing, romance. It might be the one I watched this season. It looks
Sounds
cute,
like a
and
Dress Up Darling ripoff.
Okay.
it. I think it's probably gonna be. I can't say. I didn't particularly care for Dress Up Darling that much.
I didn't.
Um,
I'm not at me either. I don't. I
yeah,
don't care. Say your piece, Gabby.
I said my piece. And the last one I watched
Offend
was
me. No.
the last one I watched was Witch Watch,
Oh, I needed
which
to watch that one too. I haven't
is
watched it yet.
fairly cute. I like the animation style. I like the voice acting. The colors are great with the animation. It's very like bright and poppy, and it's kind of funny. But basically, this kid is like his family is ogres. His best friend is a witch. She came back from witch school and she wants to make him her familiar, but some terrible thing's going to happen to her in a year, but she doesn't know that. So he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen. So he's going to stick with her and help her get more powerful. But it seems really cute and I like it. And I'm definitely going to stick with this one. So
Okay.
I watched a wide variety of things that I could find.
Same. I don't blame you. That's
Okay.
always how it is on the new episode days.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch
Okay.
Witch Watch though.
All right. Noah, what you got?
I have. So I also watched all the things she said except for the romance one, the unaware, and the last one you said.
Which
But
watch?
which watch, yes. But other than that, my number one is definitely gonna be Lazarus because it came out, it was amazing, feels just like Cowboy Bebop, and the
Okay.
storyline is fire. So number one's gonna have to be that. Oh, I was supposed to be number two first.
No,
Number
talking about
two,
us.
Number
number two,
two.
number two is easily, and this is hard. This could easily be number one. Number two is Yaiba. 11 out of 10 first episode. Which
Yikes.
studio is remains my favorite studio. This series is so good off of one episode, and I am so heavily invested in this series now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I did not expect
Hello.
this at all. It's on Netflix. Which studio
Oh,
got
it's
that
in
Yeah, we talked
Netflix
Netflix.
about it the
money
other week.
now? They
The
got
guy
that.
boy.
They got that. They sold Attack on Titan. They sold Vinland Saga to Mappa. They said take our old stuff, and they started dumping some heat since. And man, that was such a good first episode. I can't wait to watch that one. That one's getting added to our weeklies for sure. Um, I peeped the Guilty Gear episode for a little
Okay.
bit, and I didn't actually get fully through it because I got bored, and I don't think I'll be watching this one.
Okay.
The animation is very CGE, and it didn't look full of CG when I was watching the YouTube. But I could, if I was a big Guilty Gear fan, I would watch it.
Okay.
So that being said, Lo, I know you are, and I know you probably will.
Yeah, I'll
Let me
definitely check it
know
out. Yeah,
if I need to jump back in it as it progresses.
I definitely will.
Um, and then my number three will have to be To Be Hero X. To Be Hero X. I forgot which studio this was done by, but this was so good. And I heard that some of the animators who worked on Spider-Verse worked on this, and it's
Hmm.
got the same 2G, 2D, 3D. You can see right when you look at it,
Oh.
you can see. I think we watched the
We
trailer
watched it
of it.
last week. I
Yeah,
think.
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this was great. It looks really, really good. So
Hmm.
I think that's gonna be my third.
Okay.
Because that one was just like the CG. I fell asleep on it halfway, so I need to rewatch it, and it's still gonna be my third because it just looked that good.
Okay.
Okay.
Very surprising. And I'm like, man, if this looks that good, give me this animation for Spider Verse and just tag on movie, bro.
You set.
um, so other than that, there was honorable mention was would definitely be Windbreaker.
Okay.
Windbreaker was really good. And honestly, I could switch out any of those because all these episodes were just so good. First episodes, the Brilliant Healer episode was amazing. The latter 15 minutes of it. The first, it's just
I'm
like it
confused.
was a weird way to introduce the series,
It
but
was.
I don't think they'll go back to that. So
I hope not, because if they do, I might drop it.
yeah. The art was really good. This is definitely one we may be adding to the weeklies. Low.
Okay.
I finished my favorite, The Daily Life of Middle-Aged Online Shopper in
Hmm.
Another World.
Still need to
And
watch
I
that.
wish this one was
Same
going on
here.
24 episodes because it was so fun watching this man use his stupid powers all the time. Um,
We love
the
stupid
beginning after the end,
powers.
you talked about that one. This one is heavily anticipated. When there's like top regarded manhwa, there's like solo leveling at the top, obviously. Then
Mhm.
there's like Tower of God at a close second, and those are usually the most talked about. And then it's like omniscient viewpoint reader, as well as the beginning after the end, TBATE. And this one was super hyped up, and a little funny backstory about this. People were
Hmm.
really hyped off of solo leveling's hype, and they were excited that to hear that manhwa were getting good adaptations, and they were just a little excited. And people kind of started saying this has the potential to be better than solo leveling
Hmm.
because, admittedly, so the story is probably better than solo leveling once you get into it. I read a little bit of it, maybe 20
Uh-huh.
chapters, not much. I just did the other day for the first time, and the stories looks like it's going to build up to be something like Mushoku Tensei.
Okay.
So, um, but then it dropped, and we saw the staff of this, and I don't know if y'all remember, but maybe
Yeah.
4 or 5 episodes about this. I explained to y'all this, and I was
Mhm.
like, the staff doesn't look like that's the case. So then it
Yeah.
dropped, and of course that wasn't the case. And
Mhm.
then people were just clowning it. Y'all said this was gonna be better than Jobless, better than Soul Leveling. What is this nonsense? But that being said, I really did enjoy the first episode. It seems
Yeah.
like it could be a less perverted MC of than Root is, so I could
Hmm.
actually root for him while watching this.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any emotions in him. So I mean, he's kind of like the complete opposite of.
Yeah, exactly. So that lighten up. I mean, manhwa aren't too horny unless that's like their thing. They're never really too horny.
Mhm.
So and then I watched the etchy ones because I had to. I had to see the first episode. So I
Okay.
watched Please
Did
Put Them On
you
Takumi.
watch? Oh, you did. How? What did you think of it? I'll watch it for next week.
And honestly, I actually did, and I waited for the uncensored version because I had to see the bobas.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, if I'm here, I'm all
If
the
I'm gonna
way
do it, I'm
here.
doing it. I'm all the way in with it.
I'm a
This is
grown
why
ass
I have
man.
this today.
That is why.
Gabby, you're gonna watch the censored version?
No.
I rest my case. Now,
He's like,
uh
and moving on.
I'm like, don't do me like that. Let me goon in peace. No, but actually, I actually the real reason is because I just hate like the censoring. It makes no sense. Like if I'm
It
gonna
does
watch it, I
kind
might
of
as
make
well
it
watch it.
awkward too to watch it because they like. I mean, they blur out what's needed technically to censor, but then sometimes they just blur out like half the screen, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
and then it just feels weird. I don't
yeah.
know. So I'm just like, just show it. But anyways, it's basically where this girl has the powers to reset time and redo things. So she has made herself the model student by doing so. And she believes that she manifested this power. I explained this to y'all
Yeah.
before.
You
Or
said
I think I
something.
Mhm.
read I think
Yeah.
maybe you read this, Gabby, that one time you read the
I did,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And so basically she resets time, and she thinks that she manifested this power because she's already just the world's gift, or yeah, the world's gift. So then one day she's changing to reset, but then the MC sees her reset, and then apparently if you see her boobs, then you're not affected by the reset and you remember. So then basically she blackmails him by screaming and pulling her onto her naked body. And she screams, and then everyone comes in, the police come, they're about to arrest him, and she's like, I can reset it, but you gotta say you'll be my closet. And he's like, all right, fine. And then I'm like, you could just run away and not say it, you'll do it anymore. But okay. And so, that's the concept. But that being said,
Adorable.
it's definitely an interesting concept for an etchy,
Mhm.
but Gabby, you might like it. It's definitely some beta male stuff because it's like domination stuff and you like to be
Mm.
kicked and stuff like that. That seems like the pull is trying to get.
Yeah.
So yeah. Because she's like, you know what I mean? She's like giving him little etchy rewards, but she's also like stepping on his head and stuff. And then she's like, feel my boobie, and then she steps on his head. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, if that's what you
Love it.
like,
It's weird.
go for it. There was two other ones that were basically corn, so I got about halfway through and turned them off. I'm not even sure why they didn't just go to the famous corn hentai site that all you gooners out there know about. I don't know why I didn't just go there, but I watched those, or didn't, almost couldn't even get through
He
them. And
partially watched
then
them.
Right.
I was like, because I'm like, maybe there's a story. They drop Gooner ones every season, but please put the talk. I mean, that's at least a story. Like at least it's a story with real voice actors and stuff like that. And then there was just one more, maybe two more that I
I think
remembered
I
that I
forgot to
watched.
turn my light on.
Um,
Oh,
beginning after the end,
not
and
turning the light on.
Sword of the Demon Hunter, which is on Amazon. Really, really good hour-long episode. Um, a lot of people have seen it by now, so it became really popular. So if y'all are out there, you've probably seen it. Oh, now I see the second episode is out. Really good first episode, and then a whole bunch of dark stuff happens. I won't spoil, but by the time he gets to the first episode, this is a tiny spoiler, but it doesn't really matter. He jumps to like modern day. So you go through this whole episode of like building characters and like great animation and build this world up, and then he goes into the other world, or he something happens, and then it's modern day, like it jumps to modern day. and he's like a demon
Oh,
hunter. And so I'm like, all the stuff we just learned about is gone. So I'm like, it was great, but I don't know if episode 2 will be great because I don't know if if he's gonna be a
Right.
streamer or something. You know
there's
what I mean?
nothing there.
Yeah. So that one, and that's no, I didn't watch Vigilante. The Yandere Dark Elf, that was the other one that I was talking about, which is the other etchy. And yeah, that's it. I also watched a whole bunch of different stuff. You're gonna have to let me know about the Guilty Gear though, because I feel bad letting it go early, but it just didn't appeal to me.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I might watch Black Butler too, because I know that's new.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
it was one that a season came out like a season ago. Like was it like fall when one was airing? That I don't think none of us
Yeah,
watched. Yeah, so you have to go back and probably watch that one as well to catch
yeah,
up.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. But this
Yeah.
one kind of seems to interest me with the new animations, so I might pick that up.
Okay. Like we're transitioning out from the winter to the spring season officially. So yeah, we'll hit you up next week with what we're doing for our anime of the year conversation coming up. Not what's happening now, but next time around once this season runs have run their courses and have had their end. So
Yeah.
let's get on to the final part here, which is final part of the docket. Let's open up the floor to discuss whatever we feel like discussing about. Like I said, I was at AwesomeCon all weekend. I did pick up something from there. I did share
Nice.
with the
Oh,
group.
word. Let's see it.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I picked up a brand new statue. I got Vivi.
Oh
Yes, the cool
yeah.
VV one. Oh, that
Mhm.
one's so pretty. I
Yeah,
love that
I
outfit.
couldn't. I saw it. I was like, I can't leave without it. Like it's Vivi. Haven't opened her yet, so
Excuse me.
it's
So you
just
need to like get a display case
eventually that's the
and
plan.
have your girls all in one section, or like all One Piece girls in one section, or like
It
all
will be all the
girls. You
One
got
Piece
the
girls in one section, and then
ReZero.
other
You know
girls
what
have to
I'm
be in
saying?
another section.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
well, here's her head, as disturbing as that is.
A
Beautiful.
little crazy.
Honestly.
Something else fell. Oh, it's her stand, but it's
Oh,
probably tough to see her with all of.
The lights.
Yeah, but the belts are
all the
gold.
lights.
The
That's pretty.
yeah, the bangles are gold. Her hair.
It's not creepy at all.
I know it isn't right. It's so disturbing. Well, Vivi, get your head on at least.
Don't break her neck.
Trying not to. It has to be turned a specific way. It looks like how they
Oh,
pose her.
okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Oh, so like that. That's weird. Don't tell me you're defective. Or you just gotta shove it. Yeah, that's how you just gotta. All right, much better with the head on. Much better with
Hey,
the head
she's
on.
better she
Yes, like I said, she has a little stand that she stands on, so that's pretty cool.
That's
I'll
dope.
probably keep her in the box for right now, so I have a place to set them all up and put them. But that's pretty cool.
Gabby, there's this other one.
Hmm.
The dinner table with the detective. It looks
Is
interesting,
that on
but
Crunchyroll?
I don't know. But it looks like
Just
something you might vibe with, but I feel like I don't feel
it
like watching it.
sounds like food.
So, so let me
That'll
know.
make her happy.
The dinner table detective.
I love food
What is it
animes.
on?
Dinner table detective. Why won't you tell me?
The other one on Amazon was From Old Country Bumpkin to Master
Oh,
Swordsman.
okay.
That's the one I forgot. They have two on Amazon this time. Old Country Bumpkin and what was the other one? And Sword of the Demon Hunter. Those two are on Amazon.
I added that one on my Amazon one. So now I gotta
Lazarus
find
is
the.
on HBO Max because it's Toonami.
It's not telling me. Oh, it's a Madhouse studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did remember. That's why I was gonna say I knew about this one for some reason.
Where to? No, not Wheel of Fortune. Where to watch? Why the heck was Wheel of
The Dinner
Fortune?
Table Detective.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Oh, another one on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I've got that, so
Yep.
I'll watch that. I built something.
I might watch it anyways because it's Madhouse, at leleast the first episode.
I built an Eevee.
Okay. All right. How
It's
long did you put that together?
Nice.
45 minutes.
Okay.
'Cause I had to put
Oh,
this
that's
whole
not
thing
bad.
together, and then it's like a paint by number, but it was like the different colored pixels.
hmm
So I
Yeah.
had to do that. That didn't take long, but it was cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
They have all the Gen 1 starters and then Eevee.
Nice.
That was cool.
That anime that we said is done by Madhouse, which I
Yeah.
forgot. Gabby reminded me. The last one they just finished is Trillion Game.
Yeah.
They also did Orb.
hmm
Before
Oh,
that, they did. Did they do the Fable? I can't remember. Then they did Free Run. But like I said, Madhouse is back. Remember, they haven't dropped in years, and they are dropping. Once Free Run came back, they were in full effect. And the Overlord movie, they literally dropped like 8 things back to back to back so much this year.
Shout out to
And it's
them.
I got so many things. It's ridiculous.
and it's that's definitely super hype.
I
Did you
did.
guys? No, go ahead.
As I did finally finish Like a Dragon today, so I can finally take that off my list of games I need to complete. That is officially done.
Yay.
The
Nice.
ending was y'all killing me with these damn endings to this game. Will y'all kill my man or will y'all not going to kill my man? What are you going to do? It's super stressful right now being a fan of watching it, but fully enjoyed it. It's over. I can now move on to what's next, which is going to be 2K25 WWE and some of the stuff going to drop in Game Pass, like South of Midnight, which drops this week. Expedition 33. I'm looking forward to. Other than that, I'll probably dive straight in either something anime related. I'm trying to think of what that's going to be, or I've said it before, Cyberpunk. Probably one of those next long run game to run through next.
That's what's up. I'm like 20
Next
hours into
game.
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed.
Creed.
Jokes beat it.
Nice.
Really?
He beat the main story.
I'm sure he did. Yeah,
He's
because
doing
if you
all
play the
in-game
main
stuff.
story, you can beat it in like 18, 20 hours.
Yeah,
But
he's doing the
Assassin's
in-game
Creed's
stuff.
always about all
The
the side
exploration,
stuff.
yeah, all the side stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never
Yeah.
beat this. I'm surprised he went and did that already. Unless he went for like all the side stuff. I don't know how he played it.
No, just
I was gonna say I doubt, knowing
yeah,
jokes, I doubt.
He doesn't do
Beeline.
that.
No.
Nah.
But that's like half the experience because they have side missions and stuff that involve them too. And then like nowadays memories and stuff, you got to go around and find all these different tomes
Mhm.
where you do different memories, and it
Oh,
shows her
that's cool.
backstory and why she's doing a lot of the stuff. So it
Mhm.
makes her vengeance feel a lot stronger.
Gotcha.
Yasuke as well. So yeah, if you do the main storyline only, you'll definitely miss a lot of the story.
Jokes.
But
Just
yeah,
pulled
that
out
game
of
is
it all.
amazing.
I'm gonna grab it later this year. Is when I'm probably gonna pick it up. So I'm not gonna have any other time
Amazing.
to play it right now because there's so much other stuff I'd rather play and deal with right now. So I'll pick it up at some point. But once I get into it, like I've destroyed all of them, so it'll be no different with this one. I've been waiting for the Japan one for so long. I just know I don't have the time to dedicate to that right now.
That game is I mean it's not super time consuming, but yeah, you told me you were gonna cop it later.
Yeah,
But that game is just like visually wise, it's the best looking game I've ever seen. So that game is definitely worth all the hype. And it like sold more than any other Assassin's Creed ever, I'm pretty sure too. It was a
I believe
really
it.
successful release. Um so how about that Chainsaw Man?
I was
Y'all,
waiting for that. I was
so
waiting for that.
That Chainsaw Man.
FYI,
Let's go.
if y'all don't want to get spoiled on Chainsaw Man,
Leave
we
now.
still haven't got our timestamps, but we'll get there. Skip ahead of this portion.
Yeah, skip ahead.
Yeah, because these two have got me reading Chainsaw Man. Last week when we talked about it, I just got past where the show ended. So I was literally starting the Reese arc last week. And I just kind of seen like I was in the very beginning stages of it. I'm so past that right now. And that bomb devil, I need to see her animated so bad.
Right?
she is a monster. Like she gives off her look reminds me of a xenomorph. So I love the xenomorph. So I like that look with the dress and how her head is shaped and everything. Like, yeah, you are an alien, sweetheart. And you are whooping Deji's ass up and down Tokyo right now. It is embarrassing how bad you are dog walking him. One thing I did love was I think she said something to him about and we had talked about it about how to use his power better, like his mobility or whatever. Like you ever noticed, like he's like, yeah, she's using the bombs to move it through the air, and the samurai guy was using his swords or whatever. So I'm like, okay, what's my
Denji
man?
just started.
Yeah, he just threw a chain around the fish, the shark devil, and started riding him everywhere. I was crying, laughing. I was like,
And you
are
thought he
an
was
idiot.
about to start whipping a
Doing
chain,
something,
didn't
yeah.
you? That's Fujimoto's writing right
No.
there.
No.
It's like, here comes something normal. Psych, I'm gonna ride a shark. You know what I'm
So
saying?
that explains. I asked, like, why is the shark dude
Run the
around? Now I
shark.
get why the shark dude is around. You're his transportation, pretty much.
Shark
That
Dude
was
Not
hilarious.
worships
only,
him.
he's got powers too, though.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
shark dude is it's just
He can
it was so
make
random, like
anything water.
yeah, it was just so random. Like he just started befriending him like that. I was like this came out of nowhere. Then okay, yeah, you're his mode of transportation for right now. So okay,
Yeah, but it's funny when you see all of a sudden Shark's obsession with Chainsaw Man. It makes you think. So what is Chainsaw Man now? Like, why does he love him so much? Like, what is the background to this?
yeah,
There's
everybody's
got to be a reason.
yeah. And they he got put out on blast on TV, so that everybody knows about him. So everybody's coming for him.
Oh,
What?
so if you in the good shit now. If you
Yeah,
in,
he's
if you
in
in
the
chapter 63, you're in the International Assassin arc.
Yes.
And
That's well. I
that's when
didn't
they're
see it
about
call
to
it
go
that,
to
but that is what's
hell.
happening. That is what's happening. Like
he is
So
there.
now you see what I'm saying about how this story is just like all the time. It's not even close to what you think it is from those 12 episodes.
it's so much going on right now. It's even hard to follow at some points. Like
Oh, it's
people,
extremely hard
assassins
to
are just
follow.
showing up doing things. I'm like, what is happening to everybody on this panel right now? Why is
Assassins are
everybody
going
dying?
after assassins at this point.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And the one with the she has like a Chinese name. I can't if it's a he or a she or whatever. With the Chinese name and the three girls or whatever.
That's
Yes.
my girl.
Hey,
Quanxi. Wait till you see
bad
her.
ass. She is
Wait till you
whooping
see
She's
ass right
amazing.
now.
Oh,
Like,
you already saw her
yeah.
go off a little bit?
oh, she's going all. I just
Yeah.
got past the point where her and the boy that was trained in Power and Denji were sitting down talking, and he was like heads up. Maki was listening or whatever.
Kishibe?
Like, yeah. He's like, heads up. I'm gonna help you get out of this. Just follow my lead. Yada yada. I'm like, okay, why is he helping her out? What's going on with this relationship? Like,
You don't need no damn help.
she a beast.
She gonna need
She's
to-
like,
she might.
these
It's
are my
unconfirmed.
my girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the
I
and then
love-
what does the one
One of
girl
them got
say?
their head hanging all over the place, their braids, whatever,
What
like
does
a
that
bow tie
zombie
on it.
girl
Like,
say? What does she keep saying?
Halloween.
Halloween.
yes.
Halloween.
I already know her voice gonna sound like that. Halloween.
Oh, I can't wait.
I
Yeah,
love
but they are
Quanxi. Me and Quentin. Quentin loves Quanxi too.
oh
Quanxi is
beast.
so tough.
Yeah.
It's still unconfirmed whether her or Kishibe is stronger, but they are both just like as you saw Kishibe, but I don't know how much you've seen him fight, but you saw him make light work of Power and Denji.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not like Kakashi versus Team 7 light work.
That,
like,
that wasn't even.
yeah. So she's crazy. And
You're at
then
a
I'm
very
looking at the
good part.
chapters here.
I saw the. I know y'all had mentioned like the Santa Claus dude or whatever. And I saw him sitting on the bench with his like I guess handler or whatever. Talking about he wanted some kids. It's like okay.
The Santa arc. Wait till you get to the Santa arc,
Oh,
bro.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
That's one of my favorite arcs. That's one of my favorite arcs. I'm trying to bring
You are
up some
getting
of
into
the
some
chapters
really
you're
good
at.
stuff. You are not gonna want to stop reading.
That's kind of how it is right now. Like
Yeah.
like the whole
It
time
just
walking
keeps
walking
going
around
for a
Awesome Con, whenever I was in a
while.
good position and we weren't doing anything, I was bringing up the app like, nope, I need to get to the next page. I need to know what's happening. They're out here going for Denji, trying to kill him. All these assassins around here, it's going crazy right now. Like,
Everybody wants Chainsaw Man.
and we don't know why yet. Then you had all the clones they were having, like little puppet dudes running all over the place, and they lopping their heads off. Yeah. Like,
Once
so
you
much
get,
happening right now.
I think you're about to go because I think you said you're on 63. I think that's where they go to hell.
I think you're right.
And that arc that's crazy.
That's good.
The art isn't the art crazy, like the art when he was with the bomb devil and they were like in the sky and stuff like that.
It's so great.
That's gonna look incredible. And if that's supposed to be the movie, that's gonna look incredible. I'm like, is all this that I'm reading right now, is that supposed to be part of that same arc? Do we know?
No, you've already passed the arc. The movie
so that movie just gonna be Denji getting his ass whooped by the bomb devil.
Yeah.
Yes,
the movie's gonna be the Reese devil.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna look incredible when it comes out. Oh, my favorite devil right now is definitely the violent devil.
Okay.
with the
You like the
mask.
Violent Devil? I love him. He's so cool.
He is hilarious.
I don't
Because
remember
one
who
time
was
someone
that.
was having, he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
not doing anything with that. I'm going this way. I'm staying away from all that. Like, yes, dude, you're smart.
I love the Violent Devil's personality.
Yeah, me too.
He's just so cool.
The
I thought that
facial
And I
moment.
like
expressions in
him.
it
I
is
like
so
him
funny.
later on as well.
I think that moment with Aki and Angel was kind of dope when they were getting blown away. Or the thing was about a typhoon devil, and he reached out and grabbed her, knowing like you can't touch her, like touch him or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pulled him back close and held on to him. Like, how much time did you lose? Whatever he lost, like what,
So
5 months or
sweet.
5 months or something like
2
that.
months. 2 months, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't think Aki was gonna do it, but I think he was gonna let him go either. Like, how you gonna get out of this situation? Like,
Aki
you gotta
has a
save it.
soft spot.
What's Aki's devil called now? He got it in the anime. I forget what it's called. His
Oh, the
devil
one
he has
with when
now.
we put his face in dude's stomach or whatever, and
Future
can't-
Devil.
The future devil. That's what
Oh
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah, future one.
The
Yeah.
dancing one. Yeah.
Doesn't he
The
still have
future
the? Does
devil
he
is
still have
funny
the
as
Fox
hell.
one now, or does he not
The
have
Fox
that anymore?
devil died or died or
Fox-
left or
The
something.
Fox Devil doesn't want to make a contract with him anymore.
I
Okay,
think
because I've
after it
seen
tried
other
to
people
eat.
use the Fox Devil, and it's a little bit confusing sometimes. Like,
They're
No,
using
because
different parts of the Fox
multiple.
Devil.
Yeah, as I said,
no,
I
they
know
can. They're
that.
still using the main Fox. I think they've explained to you by now. Maybe they might explain it later, but I think they do that. Lots of people make contracts with devils. It's just that the however much you give is how much the devil will give you. Because the devil may be nice, but at the end of the day, they're still a devil.
Yeah.
So it's like if somebody's has an eye patch missing or like half their arm or something like that, they're probably really powerful. But if somebody just made a contract for like their fingernail, they're not that powerful, but they're still strong. So it's like multiple people have the Fox Devil a contract. I think it said it actually in the beginning of the manga. It says the contract, the Fox Devil's really friendly with the Devil's Association. So it makes lots of contracts.
It makes
I
lots of
think they said
contracts. It
that.
just depends on the different thing. Like there's one guy only has like the Fox Devil's arm or like foot or something. I know it says it only makes its contracts with its face and its head with attractive people that it finds attractive. I don't know. It has a
because they said that the Fox Devil was like a common one that they made contracts with.
Yeah, because there are several people that have the Fox Devil.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Look at this. This is just. I know you just seen this. She got too much aura, bro.
Oh my God, yes.
That's my girl.
I love
They have so
her.
many badass women in this series, bro.
They really do.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride so far.
I'm trying to see where you are. So you saw.
I'm on page 16 of chapter 63.
Yeah,
with the big ass hand coming down over the building.
Looking a little bit before what you read. Okay, so you're already on part of the Santa Claus arc because you saw Santa Claus come out as an old man.
I did. I thought that's what that was. Like, that's Santa Claus. Like, okay, like
the
one that was asking for the children for doing this mission.
It's not really to say that's all the international assassination arc that goes up until chapter 70. And then from chapter 70, get your heart ready. This goes from 70. Yeah, next time we talk to you, you're gonna be fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
It's the Gun Devil arc next, and that goes from 71 to 79. Yeah, you're gonna be fucked up next time we talk.
Have fun.
And then the Control Devil arc is after that, Gabby. Yeah. Wait, what are you on? 63?
63.
All right, when you come back, go all the way to 97.
Yeah.
Try and get to 97.
Okay.
Because that'll be the finish. I'm pretty sure that's the end of part 1.
Yeah. You're gonna want to finish all of it.
Okay. That's the end of part 1.
Finish part 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you'll basically be caught up to where I started telling you about Csinsaw Man.
Okay.
How hype it was before part 2 started like 2 years ago.
I'm mad at the Reese arc. I'm mad as happy as I do want to see the Reese part get animated. So I'm looking forward to the movie for that. I'm still mad it's gonna be so short though. Because I felt like the Reese arc was like just in and out. Like it was just in and out. Just her dog walking everybody for a few pages, and then that was it.
Once you read manga, then you realize a lot of this stuff is shorter and stuff like that because anime makes it feel a little bit longer because you're sitting down and having this whole experience.
Yeah.
Reading it, you can just fly through it real quick. But it was, I mean, yeah, there wasn't a lot to go over in that arc.
No,
it was what?
It's rather small.
It was 20 chapters almost.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. Everybody's not Oda. They don't be doing no 90 chapter arcs out here in regular
They do
manga,
not.
unless you're case closed Oda or Hunter x Hunter.
Oda loves his chapters, and we love
But
Oda.
Okay.
once you get past, yeah, I
Yep.
mean, you don't have
Episode
to.
chapter 64. Welcome to hell. Right here. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah. Oh, there you
Once you
go.
get into the hell arc and get out of that,
And I
and
just see
after,
fingers and doors
you're
everywhere.
not
Okay.
gonna want to stop because things just start compiling and you start figuring things out. And then once a certain thing is revealed, you're gonna be like, no, 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 no. I gotta keep going. I have to keep going.
No, I'm
So pay
invested.
close attention because there's a lot of plot twists coming up. And from
There are.
here, you're already in it. That's why you probably feel that way. From 53 all the way to 97 is such a ride. That's
is.
why
Okay.
this series was number one selling for a long time, was from 53 to 97. That's when part one is over. And once
Okay.
part one is over, we get a whole set of new characters, new Dingy, new this, new that, new
Okay.
plots, all types of stuff.
Everything new.
All right. So I have a lot of reading to do between now and next week if I'm to get to 97. So
Yes, you do.
all
I
right.
feel like you'll get there quick because them chapters they're
They
crazy.
fly.
I remember, yeah.
No, I've beaten like a dragon, so that takes that off my plate. So I don't have to worry about that no more. And I haven't started anything new yet, gaming wise. So I can
And we're
lock
at the
in and
beginning
read.
of anime, so it's not like there's a lot of episodes to watch.
Very true. And I'll save those most likely for the weekend when I'm watching them with Noah and stuff like that. So
Well, you got to watch the episode ones.
yeah.
Like I said, some of the stuff, that's why I like to start weeklies a week or two after, because some of the stuff coming out is still coming out. The Vigilantes one came out today, so I'm going to watch
I
that.
saw that. Yeah, I added that to my Crunchyroll list. So I had that.
There's a couple others that are coming out a little bit later in the month, so look out for those, as well as like the Konosuba OVAs and stuff.
Absolutely.
And then I'm hyped because once you catch up to this, Fuji releases really. I mean, it is what it is, but I kind of wish you caught up at like 150 because this stretch of chapters from 150 to 890, what it is right now, has been such an experience weekly. Seeing Asa and Yoru, who you'll find out soon, they're just such cool characters, and what's going on in the story right now, where the world is so fun to read weekly. So I'm hyped for you to catch up on this one, and then we can all talk about it weekly. A little less extensively because we'll just have one chapter to talk about.
Yeah.
And then we can get your ass on Boruto.
I knew you was about to say that.
Yes, I can't wait. And we all gonna be caught up on that.
Yes.
You know what? Since I am moving through this, maybe I throw on Chainsaw Man in the background or something while I'm doing this, or in the background at work or something. But yeah, this is Chainsaw Man is definitely a ride. Like I'm walking around like with the apple, but like, no, I need to know. I need to keep going. What happens next? I need to know what's happening next. Like they're in the middle of a war right now. Like what's going on? Like yeah,
it's
keeping me
figure
glued.
this out.
Yeah, and the Bomb Devil
it's the
definitely
way-
glued me in. So I was not expecting her to go as hard as she was going. So I'm super excited to see more characters and what they can actually do. So
if they
I'm
had a
getting that right now.
soundtrack with that Bomb Devil arc is gonna be so cool. Anime
Ooh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
soundtrack, make everyone really think she's Denji's girl. Yeah,
Then it all goes left.
it all goes left.
Starts blowing everybody and everything up.
But it always happens. That's what happens all the time in Chainsaw. That's what we're
Poor
all
Denji.
wondering at this point in the story. We're like, does Fujimoto just want to keep beating Denji's ass? Because that's
Yes. At
that's
this
what we're
point, the
wondering.
answer is yes.
200 chapters in. Oh man. And then for a long time, you see how many like crazy panels they have. Like the I don't know if you've screenshot any, but what I'll do is I screenshot a lot of my favorite panels, and like the one with the astronauts. You saw did you see the one with the astronauts yet?
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay, but maybe not. But any crazy panel that just pops up and it's just like a page turn and it's just like this crazy demon.
That one I just had when I guess they got the hell with all the doors on top. That looked wild.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
He has some really good, just like eye-opening panels. That's what he does.
Right. So
yeah,
I have my homework assignment for this week.
That's dope.
Get to chapter 97 of Chainsaw Man, because not this week coming up, but next week is WrestleMania. So I will be not watching much of anything or reading much of anything that week. I'll be locked in on WrestleMania for that week. So I'll make sure I'm making sure this is caught up before then. So we can talk about it next week. So Actually, that's probably what I'm about to go start doing right now to our meetings. We're having our meeting tonight instead of yesterday because we was all exhausted after everything for the weekend. So we can shut this down. I can go back to reading some more Chainsaw Man and try to get to 70 because I think that's where you said the gun joint starts, the gun devil starts. See if I can get that tonight, I ain't going to sleep.
Bro, I'm telling you,
it's
that
the gun
one
devil. Like I want to meet this. I want to meet this devil.
That one I read. When you meet, you remember what type of carnage happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, each character in the story hanging by a thread sometimes. So it's like, are
and
you
everybody
sure
has their own reasons
him?
for wanting to kill the gun devil. Like, yeah, all that stuff is gonna, begin to come to a head next arc. So finish out this hell arc, and then
do you like Power?
Yeah, I fuck with Power.
I love Power and Denji's.
She's dynamic. A trip.
Yeah, like how they're getting a little
adorable. Bit. Yeah,
they have a brother-sister dynamic going on for real.
They're getting a little bit closer, like each arc.
Yeah, and she's just steady driving him crazy. Like I showed, she be lying and putting it on him. No, that was him. Yes, I did that. I was correct. I did it right. Yeah, everybody cheer for me. Like you have ridiculous power.
Yep.
So much.
Makima's just got too much aura.
Yeah, I do want to see. I do want to see a Power like get back into the fight though. She hasn't really been too much right now. It's been focused more on keeping Denji alive and keeping these assassins away from him right now.
Have they shown Makima's full strength yet?
No.
They haven't shown her fight yet, have they?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait.
Well, that's probably gonna have a gun devil because that's such a big person we've been waiting for this whole time since the beginning. So I'm expecting all that stuff to happen within that arc.
Maybe that's why she saved Denji. She wants Denji to fight the gun devil.
You know he wants to because he want that kiss. He want that date. He's trying to go out with Makima ASAP. That is his goal for everything. Some sandwiches, a good bed to lay down and go to sleep on, and to kiss Makima. That's all he needs.
First kiss is dead.
Yep.
Yeah. That's some BS.
I love Tomino. It's too
dead.
bad. Gone too soon.
Yeah. Your girl down here with Aki and all them and the Angel all down here and held together now, apparently. Like, okay. How's this group gonna make this work? Oh my God, down there, the Violent Devil. Yep. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Have fun.
Thank you for this, you two.
You're welcome.
All right, Noah, go ahead and take us out of here.
All right, bet. Well, we about to get out of here, and I'm about to go watch some animes and chill. I don't even think I'm playing the game tonight. I gotta make me some dinner, but we'll be back here next week. We're here every week. We haven't missed a week yet. This is what, episode 27?
28.
28. Yeah. We're going to 100 without missing a single episode. Watch.
Okay.
Just believe in us.
All right.
And you know where to find us. We got Patreon floating above, and we got us floating below. Peace out.
Bye.
Loading snacks.